Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Otaku Brothers podcast. And today, I just want to take a moment and a little bit of time to talk about anime that I have been watching right now recently. And if you guys maybe don't watch the podcast all the time, then you guys might not know what I'm talking about. But if you do, then you know I am talking about Frieren Beyond Journey's End. This show has been such a delight in a season where right now, I'm not gonna lie, there hasn't been that many shows that I have really been super interested in. I mean, Gachi Yakuta has been awesome. My Hero's coming to an end. One Punch Man has been PNG show, but it's been kind of a slower season. And with the upcoming January slate with a stacked lineup of incredible shows like JJK, Fire Force returning, Frieren season 2, a lot of shows are coming out in January, and I just thought it would be a good time to watch some previous shows that I haven't really had the time to watch and get around to. And that led me to watching Frieren, which Ben recommended to me and has been telling me to watch, especially because, like I just said, season 2 is right around the corner next month. And man, am I so happy that I listened to Ben because Frieren is slowly becoming one of my favorite shows of all time, man. It's such a great show. I just want to give it its flowers right now, especially because Ben and I have been off this week. And I just wanted to take some time to glaze the show properly, if you will. It has been such a delight and something that I honestly didn't really expect to like. Now, going into it, I watched the first one or two episodes, and I'm not gonna lie, although I thought the plot was pretty interesting with the whole setup, and this isn't really a spoiler, but the whole theme of the show being that, hey, this is a show that is taking place after the whole big adventure happens. The main character, we follow Frieren, who is an elf who lives much longer than humans do. I think at the time of the show she's like over 500 years old or something along those lines, but she's just like stupidly older than the rest of the characters. And with this comes a sense of disconnection between that and her and the other characters, as she's the only elf in the show that we really see. We see a couple others, but not much. And so, yeah, she has this disconnect. And the show takes place after the big battle and adventure that she's gone on with a party. It's kind of like a fantastical Lord of the Rings esque medieval style show where she and another group of adventurers went and defeated the bad evil. And so now the big evil that was plaguing the world is kind of vanquished, although there is still some distraught and discomfort throughout the world. It's mostly, tame from what it once was. And so now we see Frieren kind of going about her life with everything after that. And at first I was like, okay, this is a really cool concept, I think, but I can't see how it'd be sustainable, right? I mean, your whole story setup is usually, we have this big buildup, there's a climax, and then boom, wrap it up in a bow. This is sort of everything after that. And I think at first that was a little concerning to me. I think that, like I said, at first I was like, okay, this is a cool concept, but it could get really old very quickly. And I did start to feel that way in the first two or three episodes, to be honest. I was like, okay, I get it. Like the show's, kind of taking place in a whole epilogue. And I was like, where is it going to go from here? I didn't really understand what the plot and story was. But I realize now that it's so beautiful because of that. That might sound like cope or Stockholm syndrome, but no, it's absolutely true. I think it is so cool to see Frieren reflect on the past journey that she's gone on and kind of relive it with these two new characters, specifically Fern and Stark, who are amazing in their own ways, which I'll get to in a little bit. But Frieren specifically, we kind of see her evolve and learn. Like I said, there's this disconnect. She's kind of been separated from Himmel and the other members of the party, and she just kind of felt different. And she's stupid powerful, and so to her, she kind of just doesn't really see a point in connecting with these other characters because what's the point? They're going to die, and I'm still going to be here, and it's just kind of useless. And which is something that is beautiful and why she ends up bringing Fern along in the first place. And that's kind of where we start to see her understanding and realizing what it means to have genuine connections. And it's honestly really heartbreaking. It's very sad. I think specifically with the fact whenever we get the flashbacks to the adventure that she went on, and I really love how it's done. I keep telling myself it'd be awesome if we got a prequel of it, but I'm really glad we don't because I think it makes it that much more impactful and beautiful to see it this way that it is being shown to us. What I mean by that is that Frieren is learning these moments and learning these connections with these young kids, Fern and Stark, who, they're basically like they're children, they're babies to what, Frieren is. And so what's so beautiful is that she's learning these lessons. Most specifically, I haven't even finished the show. I'm like halfway through it, but I just wanted to talk about how great it was. Most specifically, in one of the episodes that I just watched, I think it's like episode 15, 16, and Fern kind of is going through this emotional roller coaster and learning more about what love is. And as we are learning about what love is through Fern and Frieren seeing that through Fern, we kind of get these flashbacks with Himmel and Frieren. And it's so sad and beautiful to get these aha moments that we see Frieren have, where she's like, oh my gosh, like, I never thought about it that way. But Himmel was doing that same thing to me. Like he liked me or he loved me. And I think that's so beautiful to see it retrospectively like that. And it's also really sad. Frieren, like we said, throughout the adventure, was very disconnected from the adventurers. Himmel, Eisen, and then the corrupt priest, who's a great character, but I forget his name. Um, yeah, she was very disconnected, and now she's reflecting and looking back, specifically with Himmel, obviously the other characters as well that she went on the adventure with, but specifically Himmel, she's reflecting and looking back and noticing that, all these things and emotions that were being felt that she just didn't reciprocate or know how to reciprocate. And I think that's so sad. And I think it's so awesome that she's finally learning that and experiencing that with Fern and Stark. I think it's such a beautiful show and concept. I think that's so cool. Getting to Fern and Stark, at first I was a little iffy on both of them. I thought they were kind of a little standoffish in their own ways. And I kind of see that. I just love the way their personalities bounce off of Frieren specifically, and each other, Stark and Fern as well, who are great together as well. I just think they're all such drastic, different personalities, and they all just mesh so well. I love seeing Fern kind of being like the babysitter to Frieren. A lot of the times, it's great. Yeah, man, it's just such a fun show. I highly recommend it. The music's amazing, and actually, because I just got done with my studies, I had been watching the show dubbed, and I got to be completely honest, it's one of the better dubs that I've seen in quite a long time. I really like the dub. I think all the characters are voiced very well. Frieren, Fern, Stark, they're all great voice actors. Shout out Flammy. I forgot what her name is, but Frieren's master. That's Lydia Mackey, who did the podcast episode with us. So shout out Lydia Mackey. She killed it as I think Flamel. I don't know how to pronounce the name, but yeah. So yeah, it's a great show. It's awesome. It's a lot of fun. I highly recommend it for any of y'all because season two is coming out next month, and we're definitely going to be covering it when it comes out. It's going to be a stacked season, man. January is going to be a lot of fun. So take this time now to catch up with it if you haven't. There's a lot of good stuff coming out. I can't wait to get back to the podcast. I just wanted to share my quick thoughts about Frieren, just to share with you guys what's been on my mind. And I also think that the music, the cinematography is so good as well. I'm only halfway through it, like I said, so I will give my full thoughts whenever I finish it. But it really sucks, man. It really sucks that Frieren didn't win Anime of the Year when it dropped. It was also the same time Solo Leveling season one came out. I don't think Solo Leveling season one was that good. I think the last like one or two episodes of Solo Leveling were like peak, but besides that, it was a lot of build up. Now season two, there's a huge argument for it. Season two is fire. Season two is amazing, start to finish. Every episode was a banger. But season one was kind of, it was kind of just set up and build up for season two, and that's totally fine because season two is, like I said, delivered completely. But I think Frieren should have won, man. But yeah, I don't know. That's just my thoughts, my opinions. What do I know? So thank you guys so much for watching. Go watch Frieren. Let me know what you guys think. And yeah, also we got to talk about the Golden Globe nominations for Best Animated Film. Chainsaw Man got snubbed. Demon Slayer got nominated. So I'll be talking about that eventually too. Let me know y'all's thoughts. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. We'll be back Monday with the podcast. Love you guys so much. Arrivederci.